Oh, hello. It's good to see you there, friend. Welcome to the fire. Come, have a sit down. You know, every time I hear about a person discovering TTRPGs and loving it, it really makes me happy. But when I hear about some of these horror stories out there about other people driving away new players from this wonderful hobby, it just really disappoints me. Seriously, stop being jackasses. The reason my girlfriend won't play role-playing games anymore. r/RPG horror stories posted by Sotor Dramator. I have been trying to get my girlfriend to play D&D again. It's been an uphill battle since her first impression was an absolute horror story. My cousin invited me to a game he was DMing and hosting. I had not played in a few years and was excited to try 5e. I asked my live-in girlfriend if she wanted to give it a try. She said it sounds like it could be fun, but she is not sure about the rules. I told her, just say what you want to do and we will use the rules to determine if that happens or not. When we are driving there, I kinda go over the basics. We use dice rolls on a d20 to decide how well your character does something. For example, you could say, I jump on the table and do a dance. You describe the dance, then we roll a d20 and use some numbers to determine how well you do what you are describing. She seems to get it. Me and my girlfriend got there a little early so we could make her sheet. I decided to make her a warlock. With the limited spell slots, I thought it would be a good way to wrap her head around magic, and when in doubt, she could always just do Eldritch Blast. She is also really into witches, tarot cards, and stuff, so I thought it would be a fun role for her to play. The party was my cousin DMing, his wife playing a lawful good wizard, our two longtime mutual friends playing a chaotic neutral fighter, and a chaotic good barbarian. Then, this guy I did not really know playing a lawful good paladin. I rolled a lawful neutral rogue. The game started well enough. Pretty generic opener. We all had the same dream, and we were instructed to go to the inn in this small town. It was basically you all meet at the inn, but with an extra step so we can all have a moment to develop our characters. Everyone tried to improv some scenes with their characters. When it was my turn, I made a joke where my rogue was blacked out the night before and already ended up at the inn. To his surprise, the pally visibly impatiently says,
I wake up at the inn as well, so we can move this along.
My girlfriend, now nervous, and the last person to go said, okay, yeah, I wake up at the inn too. My cousin, picking up on the impatience, set us along on a path that directs us to a dungeon. We all pile into a cart and make our way down a road. We all take shifts, sleeping and keeping watch. I say, while I am lying down before I start sleeping, I carve a hole in the side of the cart. Pally interrupts me.
Why does that matter?
I ignore him. Can I roll to see how big the hole is? DM. Yeah, sure. Roll 5. DM. Pretty small.
Anon, stop wasting our time with this bullshit. You always do shit like this.
Every time there is a shift change, I keep carving at the hole. Pally.
Stop it with the stupid hole. This is not how you play. I just want to get to the dungeon.
DM. The hole has gotten pretty big. Eventually, the party stops to camp for a long rest since we can't all sleep in the cart. They all lay their bedrolls around a fire. I sleep in the cart. Here the DM rolls some dice. My girlfriend's character wakes up to her being dragged away. She says, Oh my god, what should I do? Pally.
Kill it!
Girlfriend. How? Pally.
Just attack it!
Girlfriend is panicking. I lean in and said, what do you think you or your character would do in this situation? Girlfriend. I scream! DM. She screams, the creature turns to notice you are awake. Everyone does a constitution check to see if you wake up. I pass. I grab my bow and draw it, aiming through the hole I have carved. DM, since your hole has gotten quite large, you could roll with advantage and get surprise. Roll 12 plus 4, 17 plus 4. Pally,
You can't do that. The best he could get is +2 to AC for his cover.
DM, well, he already rolled. Trigger Assassinate, 35 damage. Drop the effort in a single hit. Girlfriend, jokingly, my hero. Pally,
I get up and run out to see if there's any more of them.
DM, just then you are ambushed by 3 more orcs. We then drew the encounter on a dry erase map. I used my bonus action to hide in the cart again. Roll 10 plus 8. Roll for initiative. Every time it was my girlfriend's turn, the Pally had no patience for her trying to figure things out. He would just say,
Use Eldritch Blast.
he was constantly trying to take her turn for her instead of just giving her a second to do things herself. This went on for a while. The Pally had no interest in role-playing and was just trying to get things to combat as soon as possible. He was an absolute rule Nazi and power gamer. I am the type of player that likes to roleplay and likes to think of interesting ways to approach a combat situation. Every time I tried to do so, he got aggressive with me, saying that I was wasting everyone's time. I started getting pissed at the Pally, but it all came to a head when we were in this encounter where we were in this big dark room. There was light poking in from the ceiling. My girlfriend was human, so her hits kept missing due to lighting. I told her, hey, try hitting the ceiling to create more light. When it was her turn, she said, I shoot the seal. Pally,
No, you can't do that. That won't work. Just keep using Eldritch Blast.
she got really discouraged and just went back to shooting the baddie. I then used my turn to steal his gold. He got furious, but couldn't do anything about it because I passed my sleight of hand and stealth, so could do it undetected, resulting in him knowing but his character not knowing. Of course, after the encounter, he randomly decided to count his gold, then instantly assumed it was me when it came up short. My girlfriend stopped going to D&D after like 2 sessions. I stopped after 3. Her first impression of the game would dictate that it is about knowing all the rules and just non-stop fighting, despite me trying to tell her it was just a bad experience. As far as the Pally, I talked to my cousin and he said he is a lot better when he is not drinking. But personally, I think he was just jealous because he was the only single guy there. Wow, wow. I'm honestly surprised that no one spoke up and told the Paladin to just shut it, especially after being such an insufferable ass to a person's significant other who is totally new to the game. Look, I understand wanting to keep the peace in a group, but Paladin was totally out of line, especially when he started telling the girlfriend what to do with her character. Is he playing the Warlock? No? Well, then stop playing the character for her. Jeez. I mean, look, once again, I understand that you want to play a combat-heavy game. And, there's games like that out there. But it seems that the overall group wanted to do some RP, and as I repeatedly stated, games like D&D is a cooperative game, so work with your group. And if that doesn't suit you, then find a different group that does, instead of ruining everyone else's good time. Also, I'm gonna say something about that DM too. The whole, he's much better when he's not drinking, attempt of an excuse is weak as hell. Paladin was just being an a-hole, and you're just enabling him. So yeah, Paladin, wherever you are out there, you're a grade A bona fide jackass. And my advice to OP about trying to get their girlfriend back to playing D&D again, well, that's really on her. You can't force it, because if you do, she's not going to genuinely be into it, especially after that train wreck of a previous experience. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And would you kindly follow the socials posted in the description below. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.